There's one stock, yes, one stock, that if you own nothing else, this is the stock you should own. And I speak to this particularly if you're young, particularly if you're in your 20s or your 30s. There's one stock you should own because it can change your life. And I mean that. It can be a source of income for your retirement by itself. And today I want to explore it and bring it to your attention so that you can't say, well, I didn't know that. You're going to know it. One stock you should own. And it's so important, and so I think it's so obvious that I'm going to give one share of it to my 3 grandchildren. I have a granddaughter graduating next month from college, a granddaughter graduating from high school, and a grandson graduating turning 16. I'm going to give them all a gift. One share of one stock, and it will make a difference in their life. Stay with me, and I'll tell you why I believe this is so.
Best of Us Investors presents Carrie Griegmeyer.
This company that I'm going to buy for each of my grandchildren's operating income increased from 8.9 billion in the first quarter of this year from 4 billion the prior year. That's more than a 100% increase in operating income. That's unheard of. Its net income, that is after expenses, went from 8 billion this year. Last year, it was 2.5 billion. Increased from 2.5 to 8 billion in 1 year, first quarter. Static number 3, net sales increased 44% in 1 year, up to $108.5 billion from $75.5 billion first quarter 2020. Operating cash flow increased 69%, up from 39.7 billion first quarter of 2020 to $67.2 billion in 2021. Those are unheard of numbers. And the analysts project that they're going to continue to grow. I hope most of you have figured out what this company is, because if you don't know what the company is, you haven't been paying attention. It's Amazon. I own $70,000 worth of Amazon stock. I'm going to put, as I said, it's selling for around $3,300. I'm going to put $10,000 into my grandchildren's names because I believe that the amount of cash that this company is increasing, the growth rate it has, it's going to reach a point where it can't invest all that money into growth as it has been doing. As a result of its Amazon Web Services, which they keep reducing the price of, and the margins keep going up, they own the biggest part of the data that we're collecting in the world. And that's going to grow exponentially as we move away from the internet of people to the internet of everything. And Amazon's position and cash flow is just going to go through the roof. And as a result, they're going to start paying dividends, which will then be direct payments to my grandchildren as they retire. They're going to buy back shares. And so there will be fewer shares, thus the value of the existing shares will go up. Amazon will split. So my grandchildren's one share will turn into probably 5 as they do a 5-to-1 split sometime in the near future. This is as close to a no-brainer as you can get. This is, to give you an example, $1 in 1998 in Amazon, inflation adjusted, is worth $378 today. So my $3,300, if it follows on this pattern, which I have no reason to believe it won't, is going to turn into hundreds of thousands of dollars that are paying dividends that are going to make a difference in my grandchildren's lives. Think about that. That you could do, that I could, with $10,000 investment, make a major difference in 3 people's lives. This is astronomical. When I read these numbers, I said, this can't be true. The other thing that really struck me is in their web services, their margins have grown from up to 29%. Think about that. For every dollar that revenue that they generate, they make 29 cents on it. It's projected that by 2026, that will grow to 46% or 46 cents on the dollar. The other area that is just growing phenomenally is their advertising. Think about this. If I have a product, and I know that Amazon is the largest e-commerce site in the world, and Carrie comes in looking for a product, and maybe it's a printer, and Carrie's looking at, he thinks he wants a HP printer, but I'm a company that makes a better printer at a better price. Where do I want to advertise that? I want to advertise it on Amazon's product page. You know, quite often they show other people have looked at this product. That's where I want to advertise. Amazon's advertising is up 75%. What was it? They have 200 million primetime members. This is mind-boggling. As a businessman, you look and you say, okay, if I have such and such a revenues and I have so much margin, how am I going to make? You don't find these kind of margins. My first job was in the grocery industry, and a grocery store was lucky to have 2% margins. The margins in the automobile business. I am told that if I buy a $30,000 Chevrolet sedan, General Motors makes $2,000 off of it. This just blows my mind. If you only own one stock, do what I'm doing. If you can muster up $3,300 or whatever it's selling for dollars, and you want to make a gift to a young person, a gift of a lifetime, buy them one share. Buy them one share of Amazon stock and put it in a trust for them, where they tell them, I bought it for you. It's there. You can't touch it. And they may say, well, Grandpa, I'd like to have the $3,000 today. You ain't getting it. In fact, you aren't going to have access to it until I die. That is powerful. If you want to make a difference in somebody's life today, buy them one share of Amazon stock. And you may say, well, shouldn't I wait for the dip? No, just go buy it today. Then, if you got any money left over, buy some for yourself. I think there are basically 3 stocks like this, and I'm going to touch the other 2 later on as we have room for some nonsensical advice from Carrie. It's not nonsense. This is just maybe the best advice you're ever going to get for changing someone else's world, for doing something that they're going to remember you for the rest of their life. Buy them one share of Amazon stock. It will turn into the best thing you've ever done for anybody. Okay, that's what I believe. The numbers support it. When I saw this, I just basically said, I can't believe that. Their earnings per share, their operating profits, everything is just going through the roof. And why is that? Because the future is built around data. I honestly believe, I had to take Nita to the eye doctor this morning, and the eye doctor was telling us how prescription drugs are going up in price, and as a doctor, she struggles to figure out how to get people the medication that they need. They give them samples, they do whatever. The answer, truly, as I told her, is that we start getting paid for the most important commodity on this earth, the most valuable commodity on this earth. And you and I own it. And that's our data. That's why Amazon can make this ridiculous amount of money, because they are mining our data and selling it. It's true for Facebook. It's true for Google. This will happen. People will hear my video and they will say, he's right. They're taking the gold out of my backyard in exchange for Google search, in exchange for me shopping on Amazon, in exchange for me posting pictures on Facebook. That's the gold out of my backyard I'm giving them for free. It's got to change. I want you and everybody in this nation to be paid for their data. Is there room for it? Yeah. What did I tell you? Their net income in the first quarter increased from 8.1 or from 2.5 billion to 8.1 billion. Whose money is that? It's ours. And we're giving it away. This has got to change. But until it does, and even though it will, buy somebody some Amazon stock today. They'll thank you later. Okay, you'll thank me later too. Subscribe to the channel. Share the channel with your children and your grandchildren so that they know where they should be putting their money. And let's all get wealthy together. Personally, I'm going to become a billionaire. Okay? All right. Talk to you tomorrow.